Nikhilesh invested certain amount in three different schemes A, B and C with the rate of interest 10%, 12% and 15% respectively. If the total interest accrued is in 1 year was 3,200 and the amount invested in scheme C was 150% of the amount invested in scheme A and 240% of the amount invested in scheme B, what was the amount invested in scheme B? Okay, now there are three schemes, scheme A, scheme B and scheme C, and the rate of interest is what? 10%, 12% and 15%. So 10 is to 12 is to 15. Okay, if the total interest occurred in 1 year, so n is 1 year for all three, 1 is to 1 is to 1, was 3,200. So this is the total interest. Okay, and the amount invested in scheme C was 150% of the amount invested in scheme A. Okay, so that means the principal, let's assume the principal for C is what? 100, and the question is saying us that amount invested in scheme C was 150% of scheme A. So amount invested in C, which is 100, is 150% of scheme A. So let's calculate for A. It becomes 100 into 100 divided by 150. So 0 0, 5 2s are 5 3s are, so we get scheme A as 200 by 3. So let's put the value here, 200 by 3. Now further it says that it is also 240% of the amount invested in scheme B. So that means C, which is 100, is 240% of B. So let's calculate for B. B becomes 100 into 100 over 240, 0 0, 2 5s are 1s are, and 4 3s are 4 25s are, so it becomes 125 by 3. So let's put the value here, 125 by 3. Now let's simplify it a little bit. Okay, so 25 4s are 25 5s are 25 4s are, and multiplying all these value with 3 will get rid of, this is 8, sorry, 25 8s are 200, and multiplying all these three values by 3 will eliminate the denominator. So 8 by 3 into 3, we are left with 8, 5 by 3 into 3, we are left with 5, and 4 into 3 is 12. Okay, now we got the ratios for principals of all the amount invested in scheme A, scheme B and scheme C. Now let's see what we can do further. Okay, now it is saying us, the question already told us that the total interest accrued was 3,200. That means simple interest for this, this and this is, the total is 3,200. So let's calculate first interest. So now let's assume this is 8x, 5x and 12x. So, and the formula for simple interest is P and R by 100. So P is what? 8x, N is 1 and R is 10 divided by 100. This is for scheme A. For scheme B it is P and R, so 5x into 1 into 12 divided by 100. This is for scheme B, plus principal, which is 12x into 1 into 15 divided by 100, and this is scheme C, and the total is what? 3,200. Okay, now let's take the LCM as 100. So this is 80x plus 60x plus 12 into 15, we get 180x, which is 3,200, and the total becomes 0, 2 and 3. So 320x is equal, divided by 100 is equals to 3,200. So 0 0 gets cancelled and we are left with 32 1s are 0 0, and this 10 goes here, so we get x as 1000. Now let's substitute this x here. We are only asked to find what is the amount invested in scheme B. Scheme B here is 5x, so 5x, which is 5 into 1000, we get 5000, and this is our required answer. So option B here is the correct one.